Live?
You're live.
Oh, wow.
Okay, wow. All right. I guess this is the pilot version of the inaugural Sports Jargon podcast with Josh and Adam.
I would hope if you said it the first
Already
time.
screwed it up. That's okay. That's fine. So, yeah, I guess let's just dive in. People don't care about introduction, right? Let's get right in there.
No.
So we'll start off with football. Do we want to start off recapping? Do you want to start off with are the Eagles the best team in the league right now? Only undefeated team.
I know. That's
right.
I can't. I don't want to say no.
Right. Who's would you pick anybody above them right now with all the teams that have played?
I like the Bills a lot, though.
The Bills? Okay.
The Bills are a legit team.
Okay,
I mean, I understand the butt punt and everything like that, but the Bills are a legit team.
Okay, so let's go back to the Bills game here. We'll jump around a little. Let's start with the Bills game. They weren't doing too good.
No.
Weren't doing too good against the Ravens.
First half looked awfully
First half was rough. Yep. And the second half, they turned around. Came down to a Lamar Jackson goal line interception with, roughly around 2 minutes left to play.
Somewhere around there.
That was, but then they finished. They won. They're 3-1. Who do they got next week? They got, pull it up here. Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers with
Goodbye.
Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yep.
Kenny Smallhands Pickett.
Kenny Smallhands, who made his debut, putting up Madden-like numbers.
Yeah, very much so.
10 out of 13 with 3 interceptions, 2
Yeah.
rushing touchdowns.
I don't hate the move, though, because Mitch had to go.
Mitch had to go.
Mitch really had to go.
He's ready to sit down on the pine for the rest of the year.
Which, yeah, when you draft
but you're a big Bills fan. AFC Bills over the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Over the Chiefs?
Yeah,
okay.
give me the Bills.
Okay.
The Chiefs defense, the Buccaneers have looked stagnant almost all year.
Yeah.
And then they got, 34
they did
or whatever put up on them last night.
All right.
Yeah, give me the Bills.
All right, so we're starting with the Bills. You're not concerned at all that they can't run the ball? No concern.
I mean, it's a little bit of a concern, but apparently Josh Allen just loves running the football.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if I can remember a team where they can protect the passer and they can give him time. I mean, he does a lot by himself. But have you ever seen an elite team like this just not be able to run the ball? Like, I'm trying to think back of anybody where they just can't, when it comes down to it, they just can't run the ball. It's wild.
But
they've swapped in running backs. You've got Singletary. They drafted Cook.
They've got 3 meh running backs, though.
True. That is true. They also had a little fumbling problem.
Yeah, nobody in the backfield can hang on to the football, which, tough.
Tough, yeah. Because that concerns me a lot going into the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Like, we need to control the clock, and they don't have anybody. But all right, if you're picking the Bills, I'm kind of big on the Chiefs right now. I think they had a little stumble with their loss. Their offense is looking real good. I think one of the advantages they have now is you kind of really, besides Kelsey, you don't really know where the ball's going.
No, which is
he is spreading the ball. Mahomes doing a fantastic job. He's spreading the ball out everywhere.
That line's playing pretty well too.
Their offensive line is stacked. Trading for Orlando Brown, 2 years ago now?
Yeah, it's looking like
genius.
Looking like a hell of a pickup.
Genius, yeah.
Who would have thought Matt Nagy would have been able to revive his career after that absolute abysmal failure of a Bears experience?
Oh yeah, he was. There's just some guys that I just don't know if they're just not head coaches. I just it's sometimes you stick to what you're good at, and I think that's probably where they should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I guess we could flop over back to the NFC side. So Eagles looking real good.
Yeah.
Offensive line looking real good. Miles Sanders looks like you remember how to play running back.
Yeah, that baffled me. Absolutely. Yeah. I was never going to expect that.
Yeah, and you look at the receivers, absolutely stacked.
That pickup of A.J. Brown for peanuts was an absolute steal.
In hindsight, and I know as a Packers fan we talked about this, man, for the going rate for wide receivers this year for trades, I thought was incredibly low. Incredibly low for the value that they bring. And A.J. Brown, what did he end up as, the 18th or 19th pick or whatever it was? Not saying anything against, was it Treylon Burks? Is that who they ended up with?
I
Titans.
So.
I think it was at that pick.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, where was Green Bay on that deal? I mean,
we gave away the best receiver in football.
Yeah, right? That was...
and we got Christian Watson, who...
getting vastly outperformed by their 4th-round pick.
Yeah, Dobbs has been incredible.
Yep.
I'm loving everything I'm seeing from him.
Yep. How do you feel about Green Bay's future? Because I don't know. Some of their games they're winning, but they're not winning by a lot. They struggled against New England.
I'm not too concerned.
Not worried yet. We got the Aaron Rodgers relax right now.
Yeah,
okay.
That and we have a two-headed monster in the backfield.
Jones is playing incredibly well.
If they hand the ball off 45 times a game, I'm all for it.
I feel like right now, then, it's just the experience that Aaron Rodgers has, one of the, if not the greatest regular season quarterback of all time, which I know we've also have discussed that as well.
That's a completely different topic for another time.
We could get into that way later.
We might be able to talk an hour about that.
Yeah, we might have to bring in a guest. We might have to bring your brother in for a guest for,
so I can, I'll get him really triggered, I think.
Yeah, and then Super Bowl defending Rams. Not looking too good.
No, we just watched that.
Just watched that. I am a big believer in it, but you can't lose that many offensive linemen.
No,
you can't rebuild that. That is something that I don't know how teams haven't learned.
No,
I know there's nothing to do about what he retired. Their left tackle Whitworth, he retired.
Yeah. And he was playing very well, too.
Oh, he was playing at an elite level. He wasn't at the Trent Williams, but he was a very above average starter.
Yeah, for sure.
Starting left tackle, you didn't have to worry about it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't love them.
No, and
watching them play is a little rough. Even their defense, like we watched them trying to attempt to tackle Deebo Samuel, and he was running around like no one cared.
But the Rams have zero run game too. I don't care what anybody.
Surprisingly,
I've never liked Cam Akers. Darrell Henderson's a good backup, but keyword there, backup.
Yep.
And now with no line to block for anybody, you have nothing going on.
Which brings them to next week at home against Dallas, who is 3-0 under Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Which Dak might play.
I saw that. Would you let him? With how Cooper Rush is playing right now, would you let...
No, I would let him take the rest.
Take the rest?
Especially if Aaron Donald's on the other side of the ball, he could kill him in one play.
That's interesting, because at what point... So what happens, though, if Cooper Rush wins next week?
I still don't care. You can't.
You would roll Dak right back out there. You don't care?
No.
On the road against the Rams, you don't care?
If he was... I'm saying right now, let him get another week. Say they win and get on to... whatever, week 6. I'm throwing Dak right back in there.
I'm just gonna cheat here and pull up Cooper Rush's stats so far. So he is now 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Basically 61 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
See, that's my issue.
And you're gonna put him back on the bench.
Yeah, if you're throwing a touchdown a game, you're not the one winning it. Let's be honest. Well, how many yards per game? Like $190?
So currently he's at 184, but now I'm looking at it. I don't know if that counts for the first week. I don't know if they throw him in there if he took a snap or two. I'd have to go and look at that. But
yeah, bad host at that point.
7.2 yards per attempt is where he's currently at. So, all right, wondering your thoughts.
No.
Personally, I would ride Cooper Rush till the wheels fall off.
Really?
I would ride it till the wheels.
I'm actually surprised.
Give Prescott extra time to get back, because when he initially got hurt, it was 6 to 8 weeks, I think, was the initial report. Then miraculous recovery, didn't put him on IR.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how you bench him right now. CeeDee Lamb's finally getting rolling.
Well, that had to happen, because if it didn't...
If they didn't, they wouldn't be...
No, it would have been done.
So who you got next week, then, between the Rams and Cowboys? Right now, I'm just looking, there's no... I know we were talking about there's no betting spread, but...
Hold on, I actually got a spread for you
you got a spread for it?
Yes, I got a spread for you. We are looking currently at... Oh, maybe I don't.
I think if the Cowboys are underdogs, I'm hammering the Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely.
Hammering the Cowboys.
We have... Oh, we don't have a spread for that one. Give me one
second. They might have to wait.
Let me deep dive it right here. Yeah, no, we've got no spread currently.
No spread. Okay. I mean, I like the Cowboys straight up.
Oh, yeah, because I think Micah Parsons is going to take Stafford's lunch money. Yeah, he's going to take... Not 2 weeks in a row with no sacks. He is going to absolutely come out to play.
Go off. So are the Rams? Are they a playoff team?
No, I don't think so.
Wow.
I can't see it.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Super Bowl Bengals are coming around.
They were scaring me for a little bit.
The first 2 weeks was a little rough, but Burrow missed all the preseason, had the emergency surgery. I think he's finally getting some time back. I really like the Bengals. I know their offensive line was rebuilt. I think they're playing a little bit better.
They're starting to. They have to figure it out though, because if they don't, the team's all done. But update here per sources. FanDuel says that the Rams are 4-point favorites coming into this game.
If the Rams are 4-point favorites,
give me the Cowboys every day.
I want the Cowboys, and I want them. I don't. Yeah. Keep your points.
Yep. Absolutely.
I say hammer that. You can replay this in a week. Just tell me if I'm a moron, but I'm all in right now. If that I'm probably pulling up DraftKings after this and putting a bet on the Cowboys right now. If it's a 4-point spread.
Yeah, I might have to.
Let's see if there's anything else great. Geno Smith, is he legit?
I don't even know.
Right? That's weird.
I don't know.
That's weird.
They just won a barn burner against the Lions. Like, that was wild to me.
I mean, the Detroit's defense has a lot of work to do. That's probably an understatement. I like some of the pieces they have. Okuda actually looks like he is worthy of the top pick that he got.
Oh, yeah. No, he's actually looking good right now.
I like Hutchinson coming out of college. I think he will. I think he will eventually figure it out. I don't know.
The Michigan man too. You had to pick him there.
Yeah, I think they're gonna load up. I don't know if this year they'll be a dangerous team this year, but I don't think it's gonna be anything too wild. I could be wrong. I mean, that offense is dangerous. Their offensive line is stacked. St. Brown. They put up 45 without St. Brown and Swift.
And I might tell you something that blows your mind here.
I'm ready.
The Lions' offense is the highest scoring offense through 4 weeks.
Interesting.
And their defense is the easiest to score upon currently.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's I mean, if you look at their offense, they really have no holes. I mean, they have weapons. That DJ Chark getting him was huge.
Hawkinson absolutely. He went for 180 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah. No, I really like their offense. Defense, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can figure it out. If they're in the hunt, I could see them making a trade, especially Carolina did it last year. I mean, the wheels fell off there, but they picked up Gilmore. Mm-hmm. And he played great for them. I mean, that kid fell apart, but I could see them adding a couple pieces. Like, I don't know, especially with the Colts. Maybe they're selling. Maybe they got some, because who knows with that team.
I can't see them selling. I think they're still going to be, because Ryan's got 2 more years left, maybe.
Yeah, but what do you? Man, he's looked bad. He's looked.
It's not been good, and I don't really know why. Because throughout his entire career,
Taylor's looked horrible. Like week 1, he did okay.
Yeah, the line has looked like garbage.
I don't think, especially for fantasy owners, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
No, absolutely not.
He seemed like, even if he didn't have the season he had last year, he was a very safe pick. They hammer the ball, finally have a passing game.
Yeah. Well, their weapons aren't there. And for whatever reason, like we just said, that line has not been good.
I like Pittman. I think he's a very solid receiver.
I wasn't expecting him to make the jump. I really wasn't.
Oh, I mean, I think he is.
I think he's worthy of the jump right now.
We'll see how it goes for the rest of the season.
As of right now,
definitely worthy. Let's see if there's anything else wild here. Take a look. Oh, big on the Chargers. Bosa getting hurt really hurts the defense.
That's tough.
Eckler returned to form yesterday. Yeah. Would look like the real deal again.
When he's healthy, he's so good. I understand. Like that's been the thing with him. He hasn't been healthy for a lot of his career.
He was banged up last year. He was banged up. He misses a couple stretches of games.
But when he's on, he is on. He's not messing around with anybody.
Oh no, absolutely. Nick Chubb, best running back in the NFL.
I've always loved Nick Chubb. That's.
Have you seen?
I might have given it to Cordell Patterson before he got hurt.
Have you seen his stats for the first 4 games?
Yeah, that he has.
I can pull them up real quick.
Like no touchdowns and 500 yards or something stupid.
So he has been 22 for 141, 17 for 87, 23 for 113, and 19 for 118 for yards. Absolutely insane.
What's that, 480 or so in a year?
So he's got 459, 5.5 yards carry, 5 touchdowns. He's throwing 6 receptions. Not all Kareem Hunt in that category, but he never really gave you a whole lot for receiving anyway.
No, but he might outside of Patterson, because I didn't realize Patterson was a guy.
Oh, yeah.
But,
it sucks that he got hurt.
Yeah.
It sucks that he's out for a while. But
outside of Patterson, he might be one of the more underrated backs in football.
I mean, he is out of this world. And I think what helps it is you kind of know what he's going to do. He's going to come out, probably not going to go out for a pass. You have Jacoby Brissett as quarterback. Like, you kind of know where it's going, and you still can't stop him.
But that line, for whatever reason, even when they were bad, as soon as they got Chubb, that line was able to run block.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
They have a very good offensive line. The last few years, and that's,
if you have Nick Chubb and you have Kareem Hunt, you have to have a good line.
I mean, they had weapons last year. The receivers are okay this year. Like, I like Cooper, but, I mean, we got Peoples-Jones and David Ball's their third-round pick.
Yeah.
Like, Njoku's good.
Njoku's
he isn't. This is what, year 5 for him? Like, this is kind of his year where he kind of has to have a good season. Maybe it's year 6. I know they franchise tagged him. So
they did.
Fall.
But with Cooper, I've never particularly liked him. I don't think he's a true number one. He's a great possession receiver. I don't see him as that number one, though.
I really liked him with the Raiders. I liked him with Dallas.
I almost forgot he was a Raider.
Right? I know. I just don't know. It'll be I don't know. He's an interesting case. Our producer Randy's throwing things.
Absolutely embarrassing himself.
You're going to get the blocks off on the frame.
But no, I'm a big fan of Cooper. Is he a number one?
That's a lot.
That's hard to say because I don't know if there's 32 number ones in the league.
Well, I know that's
they're
very
supposed
fair
to be, but I just don't know if there's 32 receivers in the league that I would call number one receivers. But
I mean, I won't disagree with you there. I feel like that's a very fair assessment.
Yep, I think the Saints need a quarterback bad. Jameis Winston, I don't know what happened. I mean, last year before he got hurt, he was playing well. We watched the game. I know we watched the game Sunday morning. And
while we were supposed to be working, that was a tough one.
But Olave looks good. I mean, the Saints. You look at their team and they have pieces, and they just
Jarvis Landry.
Right, and I just can't. I know Thomas didn't play.
That
defense
is top 5 though.
Defense is really solid. That defense is really. They've always had a pretty. Ever since they had their draft where they got Lattimore and all those guys and Kamara and like that, their defense really stepped up.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know if I don't.
Or does Jameis just get LASIK again? Can we just get him LASIK again?
LASIK. We're playing with
double
a broken
LASIK
back too. I mean, that probably doesn't help.
Yeah, well, we just need double LASIK, I think, for him. I think we'll be good after that.
Let's see what else we got here. So we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2-2 right now.
Are
we concerned? Not concerned.
Not even a little bit.
I know they lost. Their 2 losses are Green Bay, which is not a bad loss.
No.
That was a wild game. Came down to 2 points. Last night was tough. They couldn't run the ball.
Anything. Somehow against that Chiefs.
Halftime, they had 3 rushing yards.
Yeah,
at halftime.
Wouldn't have seen that coming.
But I mean, Tom Brady's 45, still looking pretty good. Still looking pretty good.
And you got to think too. You got to think that was Godwin's first game since week 1 when he hammy.
Yep.
He went out with the hammy.
Yep.
Evans came back, and we all know what Evans can do.
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. I think he might be the most underrated receiver in football, just because you know that he will get you 1,000 and handful of touchdowns.
When you brought that up to me earlier, I was like, "How is he underrated? You know what he's going to give you." But there is not a lot of receivers that could get you that for 2 years in a row.
No.
Let alone what's he at now? 8 years?
Ever since he broke into the league, he's had 1,000 receiving yards, and 4 of the 8 years he's had double-digit touchdowns.
Which is wild. Wild.
Especially look at that quarterback carousel that he had over there.
And it's kind of you had Jameis Winston for the majority of his career. Yeah. I mean, obviously Brady helps now, but absolutely, he's the real deal. That's for sure. But yeah, no, looking at the standings, you're like, the Buccaneers are 2-2, but I don't.
That division's soft too.
That's a soft division. Atlanta is bad. They're going to be bad. Carolina
better than I thought they were going to be though.
As a Carolina Panther fan, sadly, defense is fine.
Yeah,
defense they could win. They have a playoff defense. Wow, their offense is so bad. I don't know. At this point, it's the coaches. Baker Mayfield.
Well, I think Rule stinks. I absolutely think Rule stinks.
He needs to go back to college.
Goodbye.
He's getting paid a lot of money. David Tepper, I think, is the second richest owner. Eat the money. send him packing. He has very clearly proven he is not a NFL coach.
No, absolutely not.
Great college coach. He did wonderful things in college at Temple and Baylor.
His blocking schemes are just absolutely baffling.
It's Dan Orlovsky's on ESPN absolutely roasting them about play calling and how the other teams could see it. I was watching them yesterday against Arizona. I knew sitting on my couch watching the television, I knew what plays they were going to run. And it was hard to watch. They did not score an offensive touchdown until late in the fourth quarter, and then,
which is what they've been this year.
At that point, it was too little, too late. Concerns about Baker Mayfield because he is missing badly.
I know, but it's when the defense is telegraphing your passes, which is what I hate because it's Baker Mayfield again. I love Baker Mayfield. Last year he got blamed for all of that when. The guy was in a sling and couldn't even throw a football.
I feel like Baker Mayfield, I think everything is very contextual. Rookie year, I thought he was fantastic. He
arguably the best rookie year.
Second year
for a quarterback.
Second year, he didn't take the leap. Didn't have as good a year as rookie year. His year 3, he was phenomenal. His ESPN QBR was insanely high. Pro Football Focus graded him very highly.
I still think he could be that guy. I do.
And then last year, like you said, he was really banged up. Busted shoulder. He still went out there. They couldn't get it done. The team was stacked. Everybody gave up on him.
I can't see giving up on the kid.
And then they traded for him. Now Carolina has given up a basically second, third, fourth, fifth round pick and a 6th round pick for now Sam Darnold, Matt Corral, and Baker Mayfield. Don't have a whole lot to show for
That's
it.
a lot. That's a lot.
I don't know. I am not a fan of Scott Fitterer, the general manager. I will tell everybody that I think he's absolutely horrible. But yeah, that's a soft division. Regardless, that's a soft division. Tampa Bay will be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
not too worried. So I think that kind of leads us to the big question with the AL East or the East that we have gotten into. Tua and the Miami Dolphins. What controversy over the last few weeks. So let's start with their amazing comeback against the Ravens.
Well, before that, I think we should just say, if anybody didn't know, he's not playing this week. Just breaking news.
Breaking news. Somehow not playing this week. So they had last year. They finished they won like 8 of the last 9 games, something like that.
Yeah, they've won like
had talent.
9 of 11 or something.
Gets Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Big question. Can Tua do it? Can he do it? Can he be the guy? Starts off.
McDaniel might be a genius though too.
He looks like the real deal, right?
McDaniel might be a genius.
Now he's got a lot of good pieces to work with. That a lot of good on the offense.
Yeah, who's the running back?
Mostert, Chase Edmonds. But I don't.
He makes it work.
I don't know if that matters. I am on the boat, and I will argue to death with anybody about this, that running backs in the NFL don't matter. We can get into that in a little bit. But
we might have to.
But we can get into that in a little bit.
We have to.
So, Miami's offensive line was absolutely horrible. They get Terran Armstead. Pretty much
short everything up almost.
Weren't bidding against anybody. Comes in, left tackle, all of a sudden, you're good to go.
With the lefty quarterback,
quarterback, you're right, so it's reversed. They come back, incredible comeback. Get to the Bills game. Miami's playing them tough. Miami was playing them tough.
The Bills are also not playing well. I will be the first one, and I don't know if any people might not agree with this. I don't think Miami won that game. I think the Bills lost that game.
I would agree with that. I think there was a lot that happened. It was, you don't want to make the excuses. It was very hot, very humid. Guys were going down with cramps. You got injuries. All of a sudden, that takes the whole flow out of the game, takes the whole flow out of the offense. And for a team that can't really run the ball, that was a lot because you're basically giving the defense time to catch up, time to catch their breath. And I think that was a big factor in the Bills losing that game. Absolutely. Now, of course.
Well, not only that, but they couldn't. Josh Allen had almost 500 yards of offense by himself.
Right. Oh, yeah. No.
And just could not convert when they needed to. Are we on the
same page that this year Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league? Is he the MVP so far? Early MVP?
I think he has to be.
We're not Jalen Hurts. No. He's got too much help right now.
Yeah,
you're going to start bouncing on. Even Mahomes, whatever. But You can get a lot of guys. It's still early, so you can throw a lot of guys in there. But
Josh Allen might be the lead right now, though.
But Josh Allen playing absolutely incredible. Guys in and out of the lineup, still killing it, still doing awesome. Tua gets pushed, falls down.
He's gonna learn to fall. Can we fall better?
Fall better. He takes a lot of hits, I think. A lot of big hits.
Yeah, no, I think he does too. But
I think he can avoid. Now, that play was very innocent, if you will.
Yeah.
A quick shove, landed on his ass.
The late call was arguable. I could see where they were calling the late call, but
that's whatever. I think that's something where, do you need to shove him? Probably not. Is it really that big of a deal? No. But
are you trying to set the tone if you're the defense?
Right. Yes. And I think one of those things where as soon as he landed and his head snapped back, the ref threw the flag. They don't want it in the game. You don't want your star players getting hurt. But back and neck injury, allegedly.
I didn't know you can't walk from and
got up, and it's and I think it's tough because whatever the process the NFL has, which I believe is they have independent doctors on the sideline.
There's multiple independent doctors, if I'm not mistaken.
And you have someone from the NFL there. They go and they check on them.
You got guys in the booth watching from the booth. You got guys on the sidelines that are supposed to check them as well.
And I think especially because we saw what happened with Cameron Brate yesterday, but we basically now are at this point where he gets hurt, he gets up, stumbles around. Looks like he's heavily intoxicated.
Yeah, that was my exact thought.
They take him in the back. So now you're in a very dicey situation. You're in a close game, rivalry game.
Yep.
Against
number one team.
Probably
in
the
league?
team that you're going to be battling for first place all year, right?
Yeah.
Like if everything goes well in your mind, he gets back on the field. Teddy Bridgewater was playing okay. Like he wasn't that bad. They let him play. Finishes
After
the game.
3.5 minutes, he comes back in.
Gets them in, plays. Everybody sitting at home cannot believe it. Right? Yeah, right. Yeah. What day is it?
You said one? Okay, cool.
Right,
I held up one at one point.
Yeah, right. Fingers up at some point. So I feel like as the league, it's not even a question. He's playing Thursday night against Cincinnati. Right? Somehow he gets body slammed. German suplex, whatever.
Yeah, that one was aggressive. That was Saturday Night Slam Down. If I've ever seen it.
That was Thursday Night SmackDown. They moved nights. It's Friday now too. But wow, that was hard to watch. Like that was when that happened. You knew something was wrong. Takes a lot of hits.
Amazon showed that for a long time too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought I was actually kind of uncomfortable.
They showed that for a long time
about the Amazon feed. Just keep showing it, and like zooming in, and his hand stiffened up, and they're zooming in on his hand. I mean, I was like, when I was watching it, I was actually watching it on my phone at the time, and I thought he broke his hand. Like I thought he mangled his hand. And
yeah, you would have thought. You would have thought.
So take him out of the game. NFL fires the doctors, or somebody fired the doctors. I think it was the NFL.
Yeah.
Now we're into some concussion issues again. Coming back after apparently, I don't know if it was most of last year and then early this year, but the NFL put out some statistic that it was the lowest amount of concussions that the league has had.
Yep, I do remember seeing that.
So now it's going to be interesting where you go from here.
Yeah.
Because everybody is going to be under the radar. And it kind of reminds me of a couple years ago when Patrick Mahomes got crushed in that playoff game.
Oh, yes.
And he was down. They threw the backup in, and they're like, oh, no, don't worry. He's playing next week. He's fine.
Yes.
And it was almost not even a question. It was like, oh, there's no way he's sitting out. Now I'm wondering what's going to happen now. Kind of terrifying. Hopefully, Tua is okay because that would be a shame, especially, probably 2 concussions in 4 days. Like probably that's what happened.
If it's not, let's leave it this way. I will be absolutely baffled.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Cam Brate last night.
Yep.
With Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy tweeted this out.
Yep.
On the sideline saying, he went unconscious.
Yep.
And it was no doubt in his mind that he went unconscious. Went out for a play or two, came back in, and he's playing, caught a couple balls, whatever. Then all of a sudden, a neck injury, or they said a shoulder.
Shoulder.
I think they said a shoulder. Bowles said, "Oh yeah, he had a shoulder injury," and then they saw the concussion symptoms.
Now,
was it early onset shoulder injury, shoulder concussion?
Because this is going to get into weird territories because at what point? Who is going to have to step in so this doesn't happen anymore?
Is it Raj? Does Raj got to step in? Raj Goodell?
But what's he going to do? Are you going to start finding teams? Are you going to start taking away draft picks?
You got to do something at this point.
Are you going to let the referees? I mean, the referees are close. If they see someone's lights go up, but that's giving
they're supposed to
power.
Though. The refs are still supposed to. Though.
I mean, that's giving a lot of power to the referees, isn't it? Like,
they have the ability to go to a huddle and go, "Hey, yeah, you're coming out."
Yeah, I mean,
they do.
There might have to be something where I just don't know how it's happening with the amount of resources we have. I mean, the last Sunday with the Bills, like Tua very clearly had some sort of injury. How do you let him back in the game? Like I don't know. And then to have him play on a Thursday night.
That's why I was saying breaking news. He's not playing.
Breaking news, and I think that was
at this point he's already got the tube. Just send him out for the third.
And I believe they
just send him out.
That was actually only a few hours ago. So this is Monday. So that he had that horrific injury Thursday. They're just saying now on Monday, like, oh yeah, he's not playing. Was that up for a debate at any point?
I really hope not. I
don't know if that was something they even had to announce. Like, hey, yeah, he's out for next week. They just already call it, figure out. I think the NFL's doing an independent situation, but that's going to get very interesting to see what happens in the future. Yeah. That for sure is going to be interesting.
Because you got these doctors. It's like this is a big time suing possibility where you could have a lot of responsibility for this, and you don't. Whether you don't care, whether somebody's paying, like I don't know it is. But
I think there's a lot involved in this too, because you have. I mean, first you have his health. Like that's obviously the most important thing.
After the NFL was now preaching player health, after giving him another game, but that's besides the point.
I mean, like everybody, step one is you want him to be okay. You don't have anything with that. Jesus. But step two is now this is what, year 3 for him?
He's 24 years old.
24 years old, year 3. Battling injuries already, like
not ones that you want to be battling,
right? And this is, he wants to be out there, but you're gonna you got to protect him a little bit. You have to protect him a little bit. I mean, he's got to have a life after football.
Yeah, which
especially like a lot of these guys, if they're gonna get their money and get out, like he has to get his big payday. Not that he's not making a lot of money now, but if he's done this year and year 4 is whatever. I mean. He could be out. This is going to get really interesting, and that I don't like I said, I don't know what Unky Raj is going to do at this point, but it'll be an interesting story to watch, especially going forward.
Yeah, and I saw a thing where somebody was saying, "Oh, well, the players got to be more accountable and stuff like that." And AJ said, AJ Hawk on the Pat McAfee show, he goes, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "You think a player's going to go, yeah, no, I'm going to sit this one out?"
There's no way.
No,
there is no way as soon as he goes up and he does that. There's so many red flags are going to come up. There's not a player in the NFL that if you ask, hey, are you going back in the game? The answer is yes.
And if it's not, then it's going to be, oh, does this guy like football? Right, does he want to play football?
You're going to have 8 million things, especially the day and age with social media. People be sending it out, tweeting it out, social media.
No, it'd be a nightmare is what it would be.
Yeah. Like, Executive Randy, how are we doing on time? What's our time looking like?
You are 33 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
Good Lord!
Wow. Okay, that was a quick 33 minutes.
I never would have guessed that.
I don't know if it was quick for you, Randy, but it's been kind of flying by for us.
If nobody knows, our producer over here is not much.
Producer executive Randy.
He's not much of a sports nut.
Sports ball. I think he found out last year what a first down was. Was it last year?
I hope it wasn't when I was playing Madden with him.
I think it was during Madden. He figured out what a first down is.
Yeah, he said a lot of things to me that day, which.
I remember half of them, but most of it was gold.
It definitely was a great thing. We're not upset about it. Yeah. So we'll wrap up football here. Do you want to go through and we'll make some picks?
Yeah, let's go make some picks for football next week. This is our official sports bet. So the first one, it's actually interesting. We got Colts Broncos.
Do we know who's Peyton gonna be rooting for? Do we know?
Gotta be the Colts, right? I don't know.
Peyton's got the keys to the city in Denver.
Yeah, I don't know. I would think he roots for the Colts.
Okay. Okay. I hope you're. I mean, I would like to see that. I think most people would like to see that.
I really like the Broncos. I don't know if I like them covering the spread for 3.5. Their defense is playing very well.
I know.
And I just don't know if Indy can't run the ball.
Yeah, but Chef Boyardee Russ is cooking up canned soup right now.
I mean, he's not. Has he? You know, I actually kind of want to take a look at this earlier because I thought Russ was actually playing somewhat decent.
Oh, I think I think you're going to be very much wrong.
I mean, he's 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
That's enough. That's enough. That's all you needed to say. This is Russell Wilson. They paid him $250 million.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, He's very underplaying for what he. But I don't think he's been playing horrible. I don't know. I think their offense has a lot of problems. I think he's got a new system. He's got weapons. Javonte tearing his ACLs a lot.
Yeah, especially when you told me that Melvin Gordon. Yeah,
Gordon.
Fumbled 4 times in 4 games.
I mean,
that's a lot.
It looks like Boone will be the starter probably for the rest. Well, who knows? He's gonna have to play well, but I mean, I think Boone's gonna
see if he can come out of Hackett's doghouse.
Yeah.
There.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, but I don't. I just don't. Man, I don't love the
rookie
Colts.
coach. I loved Packers guy. Loved Hackett last year as the coordinator. I don't know if he was ready to jump into this head coaching role. It's a lot more decisions.
I think he's in over his head. I mean, I'm trying to think of. He hired a coach specifically to help him with game management, time management.
And we saw what Peyton Manning was thinking about that too. You got to get a timeout here, E.
That's a tough one. I will pick the Broncos, but I don't love the Colts. I think I hate the Colts more than I dislike the Broncos now.
I'm running with the Colts.
You're rolling. You're rolling.
And I'll take them to win. I don't even want the spread.
We'll have to. You don't even want the spread. We'll have to write these down to be our picks for the year, so we can see how.
Ooh, I like that actually. I like that.
Giants Packers. Green Bay is favored by 8.
I don't know if I love 8.
8 in London, so it's not really home field advantage.
Yeah, I don't think I love 8. I forgot I was in London.
Right.
God.
I think. Oh man, it's so tough.
I'll take the Giants to cover.
I was thinking the Giants to cover. I think Green Bay is going to win, but I like the Giants to cover. Yes. Green Bay, they got to figure their offense out. If their offense was more figured out, I would like them more.
Not only that, but Green Bay, I mean, their defense has been very good.
Yep.
They've not given up a lot of points, but they're still averaging 5 yards a carry on defense.
Well, yeah. And that's a problem.
And the Quadzillas all the way back.
That's a problem. I do like the Giants quarterback situation is a little bit of a mess right now. I mean, it was a mess going into it, but they both got banged up yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll see how healthy they are.
Tyrod looked like he died on the field. That was
oh man,
that one looked rough.
Has anybody had worse luck in their career than Tyrod Taylor?
No, in the Chargers, he gets a golf tee in the lung. Yeah, guy gets a golf tee in the lung, and then I watched Justin Herbert for so long. I knew Herbert was gonna be that guy. Yeah. I watched him for years.
I think
guy took a golf tee to the lung.
Wild. I think he's suing him for like $20 million.
He should. He very well should.
As he should. Also, Andrew Thomas, left tackle of the Giants, written off after a rookie year. I think he was the highest graded left tackle through the season per
sources.
Per Pro Football Focus. ESPN
pretty good source.
ESPN had him very, very ranked highly. I don't know if they had him number 1 for pass block.
Alabama?
What's that?
Alabama? Left tackle?
Yeah, Thomas, yeah.
Alabama, yeah.
Steelers, Bills. So this spread's wild. 14 points. I think
Is this a college football? Is this UBuff versus Pitt?
I mean, this is wild, right? I mean, Kenny Pickett's first start. Pittsburgh has looked absolutely awful. Absolutely awful.
But that defense is not.
You even like even without T.J. Watt?
It's still not been that bad. I don't think.
That's going to be 14's a lot of points.
I don't see the Bills being able to run the ball, which is going to be interesting then because you got Minka flying around back there.
Playing great right now.
I might take the Steelers to cover.
Taking the Steelers to cover? Wow,
I might.
That's 14 points is a lot, right? I mean, I'm thinking about it right now like I think Bills obviously I think are going to win.
Yeah.
I like Pittsburgh to cover 14. I don't know if I'd bet on that though. That's such a wild spread. I'm interested to see if it goes up or down.
I wouldn't touch it, but I since I got no money on it, I'm gonna go Steelers to cover.
We got Chargers Browns. Chargers favored by 3 in Cleveland. at the dog pound with the elf in the middle of the stadium. Now
I don't want to talk about that.
Right, that's weird, right? It's
I
weird.
don't want to talk about that.
They kind of showed it was a big deal. Kind of weird.
Yeah, just put the Keebler elf out there instead.
I mean, I'd like the Chargers to cover at home. I don't know. At some point, Jacoby Brissett wheels are going to come off, and not horribly, but he's going to have trouble moving the ball. And so they got to stop Chubb, right? I mean, he is absolutely a monster right now, but he can't keep that. I don't think he keeps it rolling. I like the Chargers.
Yeah, can we just put the Keebler elf in the middle though? Could put him with the fudge striped cookies right in the middle of the field. Just if you're gonna do that, do the whole thing. But
and then we have two of your favorite teams. We have Bears at Vikings. Vikings are a 7-point favorite. Justin Fields look bad.
I might take the Vikings 14.
Right.
I would love to see the Bears win because the Vikings have not looked that bad.
Herbert has looked good.
Yeah.
They look real good. I don't like the Bears team. I look at their team and I'm like,
there's nobody there.
I hate to agree with you, but yeah, I think the Vikings cover. And
I might take the Vikings by a million.
I think Jefferson and Thielen have a field day. I mean, that's the other thing too. If they don't get to Cousins, I know he hasn't played well this year, but
I give him a lot of
which
shit.
is wild. The Vikings are 3-1.
I know.
They are 3-1 currently, but I don't know. Like Cousins has not looked good.
No, I give Cousins a lot of shit. He's a middle of the road quarterback, but when we saw it in London, he almost lost that game for him last week.
He almost tried to lose that game.
Yeah.
He's such a strange quarterback though, because we were watching that game. Horrible throws, bad interceptions. It doesn't really come through in prime time. Throws a absolute beautiful ball to Justin Jefferson, beating Lattimore, sent him up for the field goal, the game-winning field goal. Lions Patriots. Battle of the 1-3 teams. New England favored by 3.
Do we know who's playing quarterback in that game?
For the Patriots?
Yeah.
I assume it's Zap at this point. I think.
I mean, that's probably not a bad guess.
Either way, I'm taking Lions. If Lions are the underdog, I like their offense.
Yeah, because if it's not macaroni and cheese Jones, I think he's done.
Patriots did give Aaron Rodgers trouble. Well, that throws me off a little bit, but
that's because Bill Belichick's a genius. He's so good.
That was a rookie receiver or rookie corner, right? That ran that back for a pick 6.
Yeah,
I like the Lions here. I think you can't keep putting up these points and not winning. But
we have no Chark, we have no Swift, we have no St. Brown.
Did they already rule them out for those?
We've got statuses of out currently.
I mean, they still put up 45 yesterday. I like the Lions.
I mean, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. I think I'm still taking the Lions as well, but. That's a lot out on offense, but I like Goff over obviously of Zappy or whatever his name is. So
and I think I kind of hate picking road teams. Not that that's really a huge deal anymore, but we Seahawks and Saints. Saints a 5.5-point favorite at home. At home's big. Is Kamara? Is he ruled out? I mean, I feel like that guy's always a game time decision.
Well, if he's not, he might beat somebody up in a parking lot somewhere.
Does it matter if he plays? I think
Kamara's out.
If Kamara's already out for next year,
Kamara's out.
Man, I think I like the Seahawks.
I'm still gonna ride with the Saints there.
You're right with the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Saints.
I think the Saints have good pieces. I'm riding the Geno Smith train. It's going to eventually come crashing down.
I think it's going to come crashing down hard.
It's going to hurt inside, Hulk Hogan style.
We've got no Kamara, we've got no Thomas, we've got no Winston.
Right, they were all out last week.
Yep. But they still almost beat the Vikings. If Will Lusk goes back to back 60+.
Oh yeah, I know, right? That's all of a sudden they're 2-2.
Yeah.
Tied for first. All right, we got Jets Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 3. Even with Teddy 2 gloves. You like the Dolphins here?
Teddy. I've always liked Teddy. He was good before he had that horrific knee injury in Minnesota.
Tyreek Hill playing great.
Waddles, we're out here waddling.
I am so close to picking the Jets here. It's a lot.
I was doing a lot of trolling with the Zach Wilson's back, but
yeah, Zach Wilson.
He didn't play that bad.
He was horrible the first half. I mean, I think
didn't look that bad the second half.
I think at one point he was 7 out of 19, and then he came back. Man, yeah. Oh god. I mean, I would definitely hammer the over here, 44.5 points. I think I'm taking the over. Yeah. Even though Teddy doesn't really stretch the field, Man, I'll agree with you. I'll take the Dolphins even at 3.
Okay.
Falcons, Buccaneers, Tampa Bay by 8.
I'd love that.
I love that. I love Tampa Bay. I think.
Oh no, I'm eating up those points.
You're eating up the points.
No Patterson.
No Patterson. You're still going with the Falcons.
No, I'm saying I'm eating up the Buccaneers.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm eating up the Buccaneers -8.
Yeah, I think there's no way Brady goes 2-3, right? Like, there's no way he starts the season off 2-3.
Not with that offense.
Titans, Commanders. Titans by 2.5 at Washington.
I love them by 1,000,000.
Who, Washington or Titans?
Titans.
Washington's a mess right now.
And they still don't have Chase Young, I don't think, which is a lot. That defense has not. I mean, obviously Chase Young is Chase Young, but I get it. But that defense has not looked good. It has not looked good.
I think I'm going to shock you here. I'm going to take Washington.
Really?
I'm a believer in Ron Rivera.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Commander Carson. I thought that was. I don't know if that was your guy.
No, I don't know. Carson's a weird dude. I don't know. I've never really been
Carl
a big
Wentz?
fan. I know he had a couple big seasons. I didn't think he played that bad last year. I mean, he wasn't great, but I like the Commanders at home.
If Pat didn't warn Washington,
I just
because Carson does a lot of this.
Yeah, I just don't like the Titans. I think they're so up and down, and it's all on King Henry. Like, if Derrick Henry goes off, they play well, and if they stop him, what do they got? I mean, I did
tell you, I think that they have they might be the only team in football with a worse receiving core than the Packers.
Yeah, Robbie Woods, and I mean, you got like your fifth or sixth rounder, Kyle Phillips is your number 3. Like,
Yikes.
I don't know.
And Tannehill's your quarterback. It's not Aaron Rodgers, folks.
And I think we got a fun one. So we got a fun one of this. We got the Texans and Jaguars.
Okay.
Jacksonville favored by a touchdown, 7 points.
Love it. I love it.
I like the Jaguars.
Yep.
I like the Jaguars. I like where they're going. Urban Meyer might actually be a worse coach than Matt Rule.
I haven't heard that Matt Rule kicked his kicker.
Didn't kick his kicker. Didn't dance with any of the cheerleaders.
Oh man, at the Chop House, at the Urban Meyer Chop House.
I think the Texans are headed in the right direction. I don't love Davis Mills. He played well last year. Don't love Davis Mills. Like Dameon Pierce. I think they're getting on the right track. I feel like they've been bad for so long.
Their defense is terrible, though.
They just have nothing.
Yeah.
You look at their team, and they're just.
It's nothing.
I like where they're going, though. I like where they're going. I think they got to. Because I like where they're headed. I like the Jaguars. 49ers, Panthers. I don't see a spread here yet. I'm taking the 49ers. The Panthers just can't score a point. Like, I don't. There's nothing that resembles that I think they're going to be able to score on the 49ers. Like, their 49ers defense, look what they did to the Rams tonight.
And that Rams defense is dogs.
Yeah. And
they are dogs.
I think Carolina will kind of keep it close. But if Baker Mayfield can't move the ball, then...
Let's see if we can...
I like the 49ers.
Let's see if we can update on that really quick.
See if there's a quick update.
All right, so we're looking here. We got the Niners by 6. I like that.
I'll take the Niners by 6. I'll take the Niners by 10 at this point. I think that's how bad Carolina's offense is. Cowboys, Rams. Give me the Cowboys all day.
Yeah,
I know we went over that a little bit earlier.
Yep, absolutely. Give me the Cowboys by 4. What? Yeah, they're dogs? That's not even. Nope, not even.
Eagles, Cardinals. This is weird. I feel like there's a lot of road teams that we're picking like all road teams.
I know.
That's a little scary.
Yeah.
Eagles, Cardinals. Right now, Philadelphia's 5-point favorites. I like that.
Yeah,
right?
you know how I feel about Kyler. I mean, he's the last 2 weeks in crunch time. He's done what he's needed to do.
I think Slay locks down Brown.
I don't think Kyler's that good.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I think the Eagles win by way more than 5, but
big one.
Ravens, Bengals. Lamar Jackson, the $250 million wannabe man right now.
Which I think he should get paid. You got to pay the guy.
You pay him?
I'm paying him.
You paying him? So we'll have to get into that later. We'll get into that later. I don't think I'm paying him.
Interesting.
I think game on the line. He throws that interception against the Bills. That's what you're going to get. Last year he was 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. He's going to do some amazing. I think he's going to have a hard fall off. I think he's a regular season quarterback. I don't think he's a playoff quarterback.
Well, I've dealt with that my whole life, so
maybe
that's why I love it too. I don't know.
Bengals, Ravens, who we got? Baltimore 3-point favorite. They're both teams are 2-2.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Ravens 0-2 at home. They can't go 0-3 at home, right?
Not with John Harbaugh.
Right?
Not with John Harbaugh. But
Bengals,
they have blown the leads back-to-back games.
And that's really not I feel like the Ravens, you give up all those points to the Dolphins. They did a good job against Josh Allen last week. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a weird game. I think I'm taking the Ravens, even though I just crapped on Lamar Jackson.
No, I know.
I'm taking the Ravens.
They can't have 3 bad games.
I don't think they can go 0-3 at home. I don't think that's too hard to come back from. Big Monday night game. Raiders Chiefs, 7-point Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs. Randy's sleeping. He's like, "What's a football?" He's like, "He didn't even know they played Monday nights."
You're at the 50-minute mark.
50-minute mark. All right. Very. So let's quickly. I'm taking the Chiefs. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs because Derek Carr doesn't look like he knows who Devontae Adams is.
Fair enough. I mean, that's. Do we want to try to quickly speed run into? I know we're trying to keep it under an hour. Baseball. Quick baseball.
Yeah, we'll do a quick baseball.
All right. Very quick. Let's talk AL MVP. Ohtani, Judge. Who you got?
I mean, it's obviously going to be Judge, but I
think it gets into weird territories if you pick Ohtani. Judge has a higher WAR. His team's in the playoffs. If you take Judge off the team, they're not a playoff team. I think that alone gets him the win.
See, I think if the Angels were a contender right now, we are having a way different story.
If the Angels were in the playoffs, I think Ohtani would be AL MVP.
I would think so too, because I understand Judge is also doing things that nobody has ever seen, but Ohtani's doing it from both sides of the sides.
And we'll hit it real quick here. If Judge hits 62, right now he's not at 62. Is he the greatest home run hitter ever in a single season? Drug tested.
I know, but
toughest competition. Do you are you a Bonds guy, or you're a Bonds?
I love Barry
Even
Bonds.
if we know he's juicing, we don't care. He's still better.
If you look at those stats, the amount of times that guy got walked in single seasons,
unbelievable.
And even the fact that he got walked 100+ times in a season and still hit 40 home runs.
I think I want to save
to
more time for this next time.
Yeah,
because I want to get into this because I think there's a lot. I think it can get really interesting.
Yeah, I will unpack a lot of stuff.
And I want. There's going to be a lot that into it. And I think the only other. So I think NL MVP. I know we talked about this the other day. That one's wild because I think the 2 best players in the National League are on the same team, and I think Manny Machado is a clear number 3. But
Manny's getting fucked out of that.
Right, he's not getting it. But if he's not on the team, Padres are out. Cardinals, I think the Cardinals have the best 2 players. One of those guys probably get it.
I think it's Goldie.
Right,
and Goldie of those 3 would be my number 3 because I'm going Machado, Arenado, Goldie because
that's how I would do it.
Arenado plays the best third base in baseball.
Yep.
It's not even what he does on the field is absolutely insane.
When did the playoffs start?
Friday.
They start Friday?
Yes.
Oh boy, so we got to get quick. So I think the first round matchup Mets Padres.
Padres currently could be flopped with the Phillies. I would rather see the Padres.
The Padres are just so.
I'd rather see the Padres obviously we're being a Mets fan here. I want to see the Padres.
Yeah.
The Phillies have a better pitching staff. The Padres have a better bullpen, but that offense has looked stagnant ever since they got Soto.
Yeah, they. Who would have thought they would fall after they got Soto and Bell?
The offense would have gotten worse.
They just can't. Man, they're just one of those teams. And then you got. Let's see. We'll take a look at the other side. So Phillies Cardinals. That'll be a wild series.
I think that's gonna be a great series.
Great series.
Philly's been dogs this entire season.
Yeah,
without Bryce Harper, they went they played so well without Bryce Harper.
I hate to be boring, but I think I like the Mets Cardinals. I think I like the Mets Cardinals to move on.
Yep.
If that's how it stands.
Yep.
I know, like I said, obviously I don't think it'll be over by the time we get to it next week. Guardians, Rays. I like the Guardians. Blue Jays, Mariners. I kind of like the Mariners. I like Mariners.
I've been saying this for a while now. The Guardians and the Mariners are the 2 teams that I do not want to face in the playoffs.
You have been saying that.
They both got pretty good starting pitching.
Yep.
All they do is slap the ball around the field,
yep.
And both bullpens. That might be the 2 best bullpens in baseball.
I definitely would not want to see the Mariners right now. Like coming through shortened. I definitely don't.
Julio Rodriguez just came off the injured list today.
Are the Yankees the Packers? Are they the same team?
Yes, absolutely.
They're going to get deep, but I just don't love their pitching. I don't love their lineup. They're pretty good everywhere, but as a low key Yankees fan, I
worry for them whoever they face. I worry for them whoever they face.
I don't love them in any of the matchups. And the Astros are always there, just a pain in everybody's asses.
The Astros are the best team in that
The
league.
Braves are playing well. I don't think anybody wants to see the Braves right now. Nobody wants to see the Dodgers for obvious reasons, but
the Dodgers the Braves had the number 2 were the second best record since June 10th, I believe it said yesterday. The Dodgers were the only team better than them.
Yeah,
over that stretch.
Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, Randy, chat, how we at for time? 55.
Double nickel.
Nickel. I think that might be good. I think that might be a good way. The inaugural pilot episode of Sports Jargon.
We could do the Albert Pujols quick.
Oh yeah, let's hit Pujols quick. Probably absolutely insane. Best hitter I've probably seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, he's
longevity.
To me, he is the greatest hitter of this generation.
He is. It's not absolutely insane. He has done it after the steroid era. So I think he's pretty legit. I mean, questions about how old he actually is, but he was tearing the cover off the ball this year.
He might be the bench warmer cran certificate. Might be it.
Yeah, right. That might be there. Questionable, but no, that's what a cool thing to see that I didn't know if we would ever see, especially the last thing that was kind of like this with A-Rod, and that was very, very tainted, if you will. Whether it is or not, still cool to see. Cool to see Pujols get over. It was cool to see him get 700. And what's he at, 702 now?
703. He just hit his 7. He hit 703rd tonight, which now put him past Babe Ruth for the second most RBIs of all time.
Oh, yep, you said that earlier, which is incredible.
Only behind Hammer and Hank.
Yeah.
And then he's cemented himself in the fourth behind
Babe
Ruth for home runs.
Absolutely.
So him and Hank Aaron are the only two to have 3,000 hits and 700 home runs in baseball.
That's wild.
In Major League history.
That's wild. Wow, good for him.
Yep.
Good for him.
We love to see that.
Terror for the last 20 years or however long he's been rolling. So, all right, very cool. Now we can officially end the pilot episode. Randy looks real excited that we'll
get some plugs out there.
We'll get some plugs.
Where can I find you?
Find me at the Adam Stone, independent pro wrestler, on the Instagram, on Facebook. Not hard to find. 16 Stone sponsor.
I need to look up my Instagram.
He's got to look his up. He wasn't even ready.
No, I'm embarrassing myself. Oh no, it's because I make it very hard.
Also, our sister channel on Twitch, Super Jag Ops. Our producer is an avid streamer. Follow him. Give him a like.
How does that work? Sister channel?
That's fine. We'll figure it out.
I'll take the plug.
Yeah, it's like TNT and TBS. We're Super Jag Ops and the Sports Jargon podcast. It's fine.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love that. All right, so mine's awfully complicated, so I'm just gonna say it's just 0, just Josh 0. That's pretty much it. I've made it very complicated. I'm gonna have to fix that.
We'll throw it on the Twitch bio. It'll be great. It'll be fine.
Put it on their social media.
Yeah, we'll have like little graphic banners and everything made for next time.
And we'll have to pick like League of Legends characters or something.
We'll figure that out. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed. See you later.